Hello dear students, in today's video we will be covering the 3.3 A Crow in the House from class 7th English. So let's start. 3.3 A Crow in the House. Meanings: gaping, here. Wide open. Bring it around. Restore it to consciousness. Does. Small, measured quantities of something. Grubs. Caterpillars, larvae of insects, etc. Investigating. Exploring, probing. Shreds. Bits and pieces. Will be the ruin of us. Will be the cause of our destruction or our unhappiness. Flapping. Moving the wings up and down violently. Run of the house. Full freedom to what one wants in the house. Inclination. Wish or desire. Contemptuous. Scornful, expressing deep hatred or disapproval. Raven. A large crow with mainly black feathers. Carrion crows. Crows feeding on dead or decaying flesh and other garbage. Squabble. A noisy quarrel about a small matter. Cackled. Made a rough, clucking cry. Engaging. Charming or attractive. Took to visiting. Visited regularly as a matter of habit. Helping himself. Taking something without permission. Margin questions. Question 1. Answer the following questions. Sub-question 1. What dangers were likely to befall the young crow? Answer. The young crow was in danger of being crushed by a cart or a tonga, or seized by a cat. Sub-question 2. Who were the other members of the author's family living in the same house? Answer. The other members of the author's family living in the same house were his grandfather, his grandmother, and Aunt Mabel. Sub-question 3. Did the author's grandfather like animals? How do we know that? Give 2 examples from this page to support your answer. Answer. Yes, the author's grandfather liked animals. This is apparent from the fact that he helped the author to restore the crow to life. Grandfather also had a lot of pets in the house. This shows that he liked animals. Sub-question 4. What is implied in he took over the administration of the house? Answer. He took over the administration of the house means that he did whatever he wanted to and made new rules in the house. The others accepted his behavior. Sub-question 5. Guess how Caesar learned to say, hello, hello. Answer. Caesar had been taught by the author to say, hello, hello. Sub-question 6. What is meant by Aunt Mabel never was a success with the pets? Can you think of the reasons why it was so? Answer. Aunt Mabel never was a success with pets means that pets did not like Aunt Mabel. This was probably because she too did not like them and objected to their presence in the house. Animals can sense it when someone dislikes them. Sub-question 7. What is implied in the following sentence? Most of the neighbors were represented in a house by a toothbrush. Answer. It means that Caesar had stolen toothbrushes from the houses of most of the neighbors and made a collection of them on top of the cupboard in the author's room. Sub-question 8. What actions of the author show that he loved Caesar? Answer. The author had taught him to sit on his arm and say, "Kiss, kiss," while he placed his head gently against the author's mouth. When Caesar broke his leg, the author carried him home and looked after him with love and care. When he died, the author buried him in a grave along with all the toothbrushes and clothes pegs he had taken so much trouble to collect. All these actions show that the author loved Caesar. English Workshop. Question 1. A. Find antonyms for the following from the story. Motionless, restless, dull, gleaming, deep, shallow, captivity, freedom, gentle, fierce, humble, snobbish, frequent, occasional, cooperated, objected. B. Now try to find out synonyms, words that mean the same, for the following. You may use a dictionary/thesaurus. Disapproved, objected, attracted, fascinated, controlled, restricted, bits pieces, shreds, nuisance, pest, rebuke, scold, achievement, success, mishap, disaster. Question 2. Using your imagination, write how the other pets in the house could have objected to Caesar living in their house. Answer. The other pets in the house could have objected in various ways. The dogs whose tails Caesar pulled could wait till Caesar was eating his food in his special ball kept on the table. Then they could jump on the table and upset the ball. They could pounce on Caesar and pull his tail. Harold the Hornbill could try to catch Caesar's legs through the bars. He could try to pull out Caesar's feathers. He could scold him in bird language. Maybe he could fill his big beak with water and try to get Caesar wet. Question 3. Relate the life story of Caesar, rearranging the facts in a proper sequence in the form of a flow chart. Caesar begins to upset things at home. Young Crow is saved by the narrator. The crow is named Caesar. Neighbor flings a stick at Caesar. Caesar begins to trouble neighbors. Caesar passes away. Caesar objects to being caged. Answer is on the next slide. Question 4. Rewrite in your own words. A. One event from the story. Answer. Caesar would often quarrel with Harold the Hornbill. He would sit on Harold's cage and peck at Harold's feet. Poor Harold could not come out of the cage to catch him. So, He would try to catch Caesar through the bars and swear at him and scold him in his own language. B. One of the Caesar's traits that makes you laugh. Answer. Caesar knew the meaning of the word kiss, and if someone he liked said, "Kiss, kiss," he would place his head gently against their mouth. But when Aunt Mabel, whom Caesar did not like, leaned forward for a kiss, he smartly thrust at her spectacles with his beak and knocked them off. Question 5. Do you have pet animals? Write an interesting story about your own or your friend's pet. Answer. I do not have a pet animal, but my friend Shilpa has a lovely cat called Jam. Juno is just 3 months old and very, very playful. Once, Juno went up a tree in Shilpa's garden. She began mewing loudly and seemed frightened. Shilpa got into a panic. Juno was now on the lowermost branch. What would happen if she went higher? They would never be able to rescue her, and there was no one at home to help. Continuation of the answer is on the next slide. We decided to act. We dragged a rickety old ladder from the shed and kept it against the tree. Shilpa gingerly climbed up the tree. Just as she was reaching out to fortunately, she gave a loud meow and jumped down easily onto the ground. Both Shilpa and I were shocked. We had thought she was stuck up there. Then, as Shilpa straightened, the branch gave a loud creak and broke. Poor Shilpa came down like a sack of potatoes. Fortunately, the mud below the tree was soft, and she was safe. She glared at Juno, who was now busy licking her paws, unconcerned with all that happened. Continuation of the answer is on the next slide. Cats, said Shilpa in disgust, while I tried to control my laughter.
Great video. Mom.
Yes.
I found the good channel for study.
Great. Like the video, share it to your school friends. Subscribe to it. But what's the channel's name?
Wings of Fire Academy.